You are some lucky folks because this is Ask the Judge time. Once again, Orange County 128th District Court Judge Courtney Arkeen is on it for us today. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
We begin with the question, my rented property was damaged in that disaster. What are my rights as far as rented property?
Well, Kevin, there's a lot of parts to this question, but I'll go over it as quickly as I can. If the property is considered uninhabitable, either you or the landlord can terminate the lease by giving written notice any time before the repairs are made or completed. If you terminate, you're only responsible for a prorated portion of the rent as long as you were living there, okay, up until you leave. Now, you have to make a written demand for the return of the security deposit, and if there were no damages other than caused by the disaster, you should get that back. But if the utilities were separate from the lease and you're responsible for those, you're responsible till you leave. Now, if it's partially habitable, they cannot force you to leave. You can stay. You can also ask or try to negotiate with your landlord a reduced amount of rent payment. Some people would probably want to do this because housing is so hard to find.
Right, yeah.
And so it might be better to stay in a partially habitable house while they're making the repairs to secure that you have a place to live.
No better place to go in some cases, right?
Exactly, exactly. Now, there's been issues about evictions, and they cannot evict bottom tenants and leave top tenants. If they're going to force you to evict, they have to close the entire complex.
Take it all out, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, so they can do their tear out and begin replacing things, but those are your rights. That's good, that's good.
Yes, those are a few of them. There's a lot.
We've been asked, do I have to file a claim with my insurance company since I have to pay a deductible? Why can't FEMA just help me?
Okay, by law, FEMA cannot give you money for items that are covered by your insurance. It's called a duplication of benefits. But FEMA may be able to help with uncompensated losses or unmet needs not covered by your insurance. So if you don't file a claim with your insurance company, then you're not really going to get to FEMA. You file the claim with your insurance company. If they deny it or they say that your damage does not equal the amount of your deductible, you get that letter in writing, send that in to FEMA with your application for benefits from FEMA. Yes.
Once you have that in writing, then you can move.
Yes.
Wow. Finally, does my automobile insurance cover the damage to my car resulting from the disaster?
Normally, yes, if you have comprehensive auto coverage and not just liability. So it should cover that.
There's not a special flood insurance for cars, right?
No, there isn't, no. Now, the question becomes, will they total it? That's what everybody's asking. And a lot of that depends on the level of water in your vehicle. Typically, if it were up to the dash or it covered the electrical components, then they're probably going to total that car out. But the next question becomes, do they have to provide me a rental car? And as long as you have that endorsement on your policy, they should reimburse you for that.
If there are rental cars left.
If there are rental cars left. Some people are having to go out of state, etc. But I do want to say there are some great resources on the State Bar of Texas website. There's also textlawhelp.org. And the Jefferson County Bar Association is going to start doing town hall meetings type question and answer with lawyers for disaster-related legal questions, and that'll start next week. Yeah,
you know what your rights are. Wow, you've helped us a lot.
I hope so.
A lot. Well, if you have questions of a legal nature for one of our judges, please fill out our form at 12newsnow.com/askthejudge. It's right there. Thank you, Judge Arkeen. We appreciate it very much. Patrick is back in just a moment. Here is a live look tonight at Beaumont, courtesy